Hey guys, CryptoDad here again. Thanks for joining me on the Saturday night live stream, live from Michigan, where you can throw out questions and I'll do my best to get the answer. We'll talk about Bitcoin, we'll talk about the news, we'll talk about altcoins. I'm going to move some crypto around for you guys so you can see how it's done, and I'll do my very best to get to your questions and hopefully solve your issues on the fly. So let's get started. Oh, okay. We lost the opening. I don't know what happened. It's weird. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Oh, wait. Let's do it. Okay. Minor glitch. I had clicked something. So thanks for being here tonight, guys. I know it's kind of tough with the market being down so far if you've already made your play. But a lot of people are happy that Bitcoin and Ethereum and the rest of the market are down to this point because they've been waiting to buy. Scott Lee being one of them, I think. So, it's all a matter of perspective, I suppose. So, but let's go ahead and jump in. I'm going to move over to this screen here and thank everyone that's here. It's always nice to have people here. There were a few questions today, and over the last couple of days, I had some questions from some people that were concerned about balances showing up properly in Ledger Live, and ADA not showing up properly in Ledger Live. So we're going to talk about the new ADA account interface in Ledger Live, and we'll do some other stuff, of course. But that's one of them. So let's see here. Let's pop out chat, and I'm going to move it to the other side so I can kind of keep an eye on the conversation to the best of my ability. Dan is here. Thank you for being here tonight, Dan. As always, Dan and I talked earlier this week at our monthly crypto meeting. We were all crying in our beers. Actually, no, we don't drink any beer at that. It's like 10 o'clock in the morning at an office, right? We don't go in there to like drink, but we talk. And it's always good to get together with people that are in the crypto game, that are investors and or believers in crypto when things, it can be depressing. I'll put it that way, we'll just leave it at that. Yeah, I mean, if you've made investments and you don't have any dry powder to buy any more, you're kind of stuck just waiting for the market to recover. And that can be trying, right? But I've been through it before, and I know Dan has as well, and some of you that are here tonight have probably been through it before. So don't lose heart. But we're going to talk a little bit. We've talked before about the American mentality of like, we all think we're owed something, especially even when we make mistakes. We feel like it's somebody else's fault. So we're going to talk about a couple of lawsuits, people that lost money. Kind of interesting. All right, so why don't we jump over to that real quick. Before I get too far into the news, I will direct your attention down to the description below where I've got a list of things we're going to do tonight, hopefully, if we can get to them. And then also a little further, some coins that I have been buying. They're no-brainers. It's not like I'm buying the next moonshot or anything. I'm just buying what I consider to be good coins in a down market, right? And then I've got my affiliate links here, CoinTelegraph Markets Pro. If you're interested in trading information, it's a subscription-based service. We've got CoinStats here for tracking your crypto portfolio. Crypto.com, one of my partners for many years, for a crypto trading platform that runs on your phone. An iOS-based, Android-based cryptocurrency trading platform where you can buy, sell, stake, deposit, withdraw, all kinds of cool stuff you can do on Crypto.com. And then the Ledger Nano S or X, there's my affiliate link for Ledger if you're interested. I should mention that I am going to Ledger Open. Let's see if I can get it here. Whoops. If I can find this thing. Ah, there it is. Okay. It's spelled with a 3. In 3 days, right? They invited me to come. I don't think I'm going to be a keynote speaker or anything like that, but they said, hey, you're one of our top affiliates. They said that, not me. I don't know that. And they said, we would like you to come, and they're going to spring for the travel expenses. So I was like, sure thing. It's in New York on Wednesday. So you might want to check it out. It's going to be pretty cool. They're going to have, they're going to be unveiling new products and that kind of stuff. So you might want to check out the Ledger Open. I will be there. I don't know if I'm going to be featured in anything. They might, come by and say hello to me or ask me to do a demo. I don't know. But I'm just going to take a plane from Grand Rapids to New York nonstop. Go there in the morning and come back at home, right? It's only a 2-hour flight to New York. So, I'm going to do that. Check that out. That's going to be pretty cool. I think maybe I'm not sure if I want to take my laptop to New York. I'm going to be just walking around downtown. I feel naked without a car. But I'll probably take my phone. So maybe I'll do some YouTube shorts while I'm there. I'll, broadcast live and talk a little bit about what's going on. So that's going to be fun. I'm going to be doing that this week. Hope you guys, if possible, can tune in and check that out. Maybe next week I can find some, some after the fact videos. All right. And then also Trezor and Hodlers and Ledger Starter Pack. And I don't know about BlockFi right now. I don't think BlockFi is having, it's Celsius that's having all the trouble. We'll talk a little bit about Celsius tonight. And then cointracker.io for tracking your wallets and purchases for tax purposes and any other purposes you may need. If you're trying to figure out where something is or went, where it came from, that kind of stuff. I use it for that. Coinbase, and then some cryptocurrency exchanges that we got here. There's my email. If you guys want to shoot me an email, the CryptoDad@gmail.com. And then I've got all the news stories linked down here in the description so that you can check those out at your leisure. So let's jump in. What am I doing here? Okay. All right. Let's see here. I think the first one is, this one, the CoinTelegraph one. So this is the headline today. Bitcoin falls below 20K for the first time since 2020. Ethereum dips under 1K. And just for reference, let's take a look at what's going on with Crypto.com. I thought I had this done. I guess I don't. All right, let's see. If it doesn't work, I've figured out how to make this thing work. I've sometimes when I try to do the phone sharing, it won't connect, but I figured out it's not a difficult fix at all. But I do have to kind of wait for this thing to time out. So I should have done this before the live stream started. Okay, it's just giving me a hard time. All right, I'm just going to try this fix while it's spinning around doing its thing. All I got to do is turn my Wi-Fi on my phone off. And then, there, it said can't connect. So I turn my Wi-Fi off, and then I turn it back on again. And then I give it another shot. And usually it works when I do that. So, I don't know. This Mirage software, it worked. Yeah. All right, so let's take a look at Crypto.com right now. Let's hold our breath. Oops, I got to look at it. Okay. Yeah, we're under 19. Woo. Man. If I'm not mistaken, it was down like at 18, like an hour ago or, earlier in the day. It was like down to 18. I think it dipped below 18 at one point. It was like 17 something. Just a crazy day for the crypto market. It says it's only down 10%, but that's 10% from 24 hours ago. So earlier in the day, the 24-hour period before this morning was much higher. So like earlier in the day, it was saying it was like 18% down, which is just crazy. And Ethereum still from 24 hours ago, 13% down. Cardano's down. Cardano's not down that far. I mean, it was 50 cents a couple days back. So, but it really, Ethereum and Bitcoin really took dives. So we'll see. I don't know. It's a crazy day. Okay, so let's go back over to this story here real quick. There's the chart. Ouch. Bitcoin crosses under 2017 all-time high. That's another milestone, if you will. And then apparently this is like a history-making day in that it's the first time that Bitcoin has gone below a prior cycle all-time high. Okay. Ouch. Yeah. So, I mean, they're talking about like way prior, like way back in like 2013, it was up at 1,000 and then it recovered from that and never saw 1,000 again. It was like back in the real early days, I guess, Bitcoin had, let's see if we can look at this all chart here, this all-time chart. Although sometimes the all-time chart doesn't go all the way back. I think they're talking about this. Well, that's 2018. Yeah. See, it doesn't even go back to these earlier halving peaks because Bitcoin's been around since 2009 and this chart doesn't go back that far, even though I'm at max. I don't know. There might be a way to make it happen. But anyway, I guess earlier in its history, it was at a certain, like 300 or something. And then that was an all-time high, and then it never saw 300 again, and then it was around 1,000, recovered from that, never saw 1,000 again. And then I think I had talked about this a couple shows ago where it had its all-time high, the post-halving high of 2017-18 was like 19-something, almost 20. And then after it crossed that in 2020, it had not seen that again, but now it has, right? So we're in uncharted territory, right? So Bitcoin has now gone past its, gone below a previous cycle all-time high, halving cycle. So not that great. And then there's a lot of fear around Luna, Celsius, and 3A Contagion. So this tweet says, we have to keep in mind that, well, Luna was a blockchain, right? But Luna turned out to be a little more centralized than we thought, right? It had what I consider to be a pretty good idea, but it had, I guess alarm bells should have gone off when they started talking about using Bitcoin as their reserve currency. Because really a blockchain shouldn't need a reserve currency, right? That's more like what a bank does. So Luna was sort of a business / blockchain-based business, but not really a pure unfettered blockchain. And it was centralized, right? There were big players that owned big chunks of it, that sort of thing. So it's kind of an outlier. But also, the point I'm trying to make is that Celsius is not a blockchain. Celsius is a company, and they're sort of like an exchange, but basically they were in the business of lending, right? Just like a bank. So when people would drop their crypto into their Celsius account, Celsius would turn around and lend it out to other people and charge them interest. And Celsius, let's just, for simplicity's sake, say Celsius was getting 10% on what they were lending out, and then they were paying 5% to the people that had their coins on deposit, right? So Celsius's business model was making a profit on that spread. The problem with that is just like a bank, when you get a bank run and people come in and start trying to cash in all their Bitcoin, they don't have enough Bitcoin to cover everybody that wants their Bitcoin back. And they can't just call in all their loans, right? Because the loans that they have out are under contract. You can't just call somebody. I mean, what if, your car your bank called you on your car loan and said, "Oh, by the way, Rex, we need you to pay $10,000 of your car loan this month, as opposed to your normal car payment," right? That's not going to fly, right? So Celsius cannot just call in all their loans, right? But they're really not a blockchain. They're a blockchain-based business that deals in cryptocurrency, right? So just because Celsius has blown up does not mean that there's anything wrong with Bitcoin per se. And 3A, I'm not quite sure of. But all of these, well, I mean, Luna, like I said, is kind of a gray area. But the latest two, the Celsius thing and the 3A thing, scream self-custody, right? This is not going to happen to you if you have self-custody, right? They have paused deposits and trades. So you can't do that to a non-custodial wallet, right? If I have my Bitcoin in my own wallet and Coinbase goes down or Celsius goes down, I can go trade my Bitcoin somewhere else, right? Or I can just send my friends Bitcoin from wallet to wallet, right? I don't need a bank. I don't need anybody in the middle. So these events are screaming the need for self-custody. And we all want to save money. We all want to do things cheap. And sometimes the fees for transfers are egregious, right? So I hear a lot of that when we're on the live stream and everyone's talking, oh, that Ethereum fee for your withdrawal was horrible. I'm just going to leave my Ethereum on Coinbase. I get it, right? Who would want to pay these outrageous fees? But when push comes to shove, in the long run, self-custody is the key to crypto ownership, right? And then this is another article with pretty much the same headline, right? Bitcoin plunges below 20K for the first time since December 2020. Ethereum drops below 1K. This is actually a little bit of a shorter. The crypto panic that began a few weeks ago with the Terra ecosystem collapse and then spread to the Celsius platform has moved on to hedge fund Three Arrow Capital, which reportedly had its collateral liquidated by crypto lender BlockFi. Ooh. Oh, BlockFi. Well, BlockFi's doing okay, right? Oh, boy. And I guess Nexo is still around, right? So the business model is not... crypto lenders, not all crypto lenders are going bankrupt, right? It just happens Celsius just kind of got caught with their pants down. And like a lot of these lenders have their own business model, how things work. Right. Basically, and we were talking about this on Wednesday with Dan. They were asking me about the Celsius thing. And my take is that any centralized exchange or business can afford to pay you staking. For example, Kraken, right? Let's just look at Kraken real quick. Boop-a-doo. I'll touch my little YubiKey over there. Yeah. Now, you can stake in Kraken, right? Where do they I thought they had a whole staking section. I don't know. But I am currently staking my DOT on Kraken, or I was. Oh yeah, there is. I'm staking it, right? They can pay me. They can pay me a pretty good rate on my DOT because they can take the DOT that I deposit with them and stake it on their own, in their own wallet, right? Because DOT is stakeable, right? So they can afford to pay me a rate. It's not as good as native staking. And that's the whole point. I'm willing to take a little less because of the convenience of staking it on Polkadot, right? I don't have to spread my dot along, across 10 validators and do all that crazy stuff and worry about, all this, the technical difficulties of staking on the dot platform. I'm willing to just deposit it in Kraken. Now, like, they're holding it, right? They are holding it for me. But my point is that it's profitable for them to stake dot and give. It's profitable for them to allow people to stake dot and Kusama and Kava and Cosmos because they can stake it on their own, and they can. There's a spread there, but there is no staking with Bitcoin, right? You cannot stake Bitcoin natively. It's proof of work, not proof of stake. So anybody that is paying you interest on Bitcoin is having to do something besides staking, right? And in Celsius's case, they're lending it out to other people. I don't know how they do it. Maybe they're selling the Bitcoin and lending dollars, or they're selling I don't know what they do. But there is no way to stake Bitcoin natively, right? So any platform that's offering you a return or a percentage or some kind of reward rate on Bitcoin has to be doing not necessarily illegal, but they have to be doing something other than staking their Bitcoin, because you can't stake Bitcoin, right? So that's what got Celsius in trouble. They thought they had a pretty good idea, probably not a bad idea, but in times of panic in the way the crypto market works, and it's very volatile, and it's a high risk asset, it's very easy for a run like this to send people screaming and wanting to try to withdraw, right? So that's the problem, right? They're trying to pay interest on Bitcoin, and there's no way to do that natively, right? So somehow they had to lend it out or do whatever, right? Let's see what else we got. Let's see. Oh, okay. So here, this is pretty much more of the same. Crypto carnage pushes Celsius, Three Arrows Capital closer to insolvency, because I don't know if anything has developed recently. It is a long weekend, so we may not know anything until business opens back on Tuesday. If they're going to declare bankruptcy or anything like that, they might release the news this weekend. If they do, I don't mean to scare anybody, but as far as I know, at this point, they just have frozen deposits, and they're still solvent, and they're claiming that they're still paying interest on users' holdings, right? The 2022 version of Crypto Winter has been unlike anything we've seen before. As I warned last month, the meltdown of the Terra ecosystem didn't end with Luna Classic hitting zero. The biggest threat was Contagion. As the dust began to settle, we finally got a glimpse of who was left holding the bag. Crypto lender Celsius and Singapore-based venture firm Three Arrows Capital suffered heavy losses during the debacle. These firms, once a staple of the budding crypto industry, now risk demise following weeks of massive sell-offs in the market. Right? Apparently, they're trying to restructure. They've hired some law firm to help them restructure. So, but as it stands, they have paused withdrawals. So if you got money in Celsius, you can't touch it. Self-custody, right? If you had it in your own wallet, you wouldn't be in this situation. But I totally understand. I think I had put some money in BlockFi for a little while, but I didn't feel comfortable leaving my Bitcoin in there because when I tried to withdraw it, they gave me a hard time. They were like, "Oh, it's going to take us 3 to 5 business days to get your Bitcoin back to you," and I was like, "That doesn't sound like a Bitcoin wallet to me. That doesn't sound like any exchange I've ever dealt with." Right? Coinbase. Any other exchange you want to withdraw, they don't ask you any questions. They don't give you a hard time. They don't send you any weird emails about, sorry, we can't give it to you. It's going to take a while. I don't like hearing that, right? So I haven't had any of my Bitcoin in any of these lending protocols where they're paying interest. Now, I don't mind keeping my Bitcoin in or any other coins on exchanges within reason, right? I'm not like that crazy. I mean, I've left coins on Coinbase for months, and Binance US as well, and Kraken, right? You saw just then. But these lending platforms, yeah. But that was just me and I just didn't feel comfortable. Just because I'd been in crypto so long. I didn't like the fact that when I tried to withdraw, it seemed like it was a problem for them, right? It seemed weird. Let's see. Shuzu's cryptic statement as rumors swirl of 3 AC liquidations and insolvency. From one debacle to another, crypto investors have spent the last few days fixated on 3 Arrows Capital. Like Celsius, 3AC is also reportedly facing insolvency after incurring roughly $400 million in liquidations tied to the ongoing collapse of Ether's price. The company was also a significant investor in Terra and had sizable positions in other tanking altcoins such as Solana and Avalanche, which have seen quite a precipitous drop over the last few months. Right, so they're doing what they can, right? But may I remind everyone that these are businesses. These are not cryptos. Right? These are businesses that they have a business model where people give them their crypto for safekeeping, and then they lend or invest or whatever they do, right? So, like I said, self-custody, self-custody, self-custody. All right, so let's see what else we got tonight. Let's look real quick. I got a couple of stories about, this Elon Musk story. So Elon Musk has been sued for $258 billion, a Dogecoin lawsuit. Class action lawsuit raised many eyebrows in the crypto community, right? Billionaire Musk and his company SpaceX and Tesla are all being sued for an astonishing $258 billion in damages for being engaged in a crypto pyramid scheme involving Dogecoin, right? The damages sought are 34 times Dogecoin's current market cap of $7.5 billion and nearly 3 times its all-time high market cap of $88 billion in mid-2021. Filed in New York District Court by an attorney at Evan Spencer Law, the class action lawsuit alleges that Musk used his pedestal as world's richest man to operate and manipulate the Dogecoin pyramid scheme for profit, exposure, and amusement. And then one of their arguments is that it's basically unlicensed gambling, wire fraud, gambling enterprise, false advertising, deceptive practices. Let's see here. It's like the stupid as F, right? Crypto is risky. Anyone with half a brain cell knows this, right? And just because, you invested in Dogecoin and lost some money, you can't blame Elon Musk. He is kind of a cheerleader for Dogecoin, but, he lost money too, I'm sure. Well, Bitcoin is back up above 19,000, at least on Crypto.com. I just thought I'd point that out. And Ethereum has managed to climb back over 1,000. So looks like there's some buyers coming in. But we still don't know if this is the bottom or not. It's kind of tough to call because it's on a weekend with thin volumes, or supposedly thin volumes. And we're on a long weekend, too, because the markets will be closed on Monday. So it's very uncertain time right now. And last weekend, we had the same scenario. We had cryptos crashing over the weekend, and then when the markets opened on Monday, we had just all hell broke loose, right? So if the same pattern happens again this week, we should see all hell break loose on the stock market on Tuesday. Let's hope not. Right. But anyway, it looks like Bitcoin is coming up a bit. But that's just a short-term bounce, right? If you speak. So anyway, I think it's pretty frivolous for anyone to try to sue Elon Musk. You're going to have to prove a lot of things in court. And trying to prove that Dogecoin is a pyramid scheme is going to be, not going to be easy, right? Because it is a cryptocurrency. Just like Bitcoin and, all the other cryptos out there, right? Amazing in that in the U.S., someone could launch such a stupid class action lawsuit. These guys all knew what they were getting into. Ridiculous, right? Anyone can say anything in a lawsuit, right? I would consider it frivolous. Sour grapes, right? When you take more than you can afford to lose and put it into something that you think is going to make you rich overnight, and then it doesn't, and you lose your initial investment, that's on you. That's the way I see it. It's a buyer beware. I don't, all this fraud stuff, all this fraud protection we have in the U.S., I can understand that. Like if you order a computer and they send you a box of packing popcorn with no computer in there, then yeah, you got scammed. That's fraud. But crypto's a little hard to prove fraud. Let's see, one more frivolous story. If we could find this one here. Not frivolous. Oh yeah, somebody's going to sue Coinbase. Now this is probably not going to fly either, but they seem to have a little more footing. Someone's pretending to be me. That's good. Have fun with that. I'll hide you from the channel forever. They're suing Coinbase because Coinbase had listed Terra USD, and they did not. The argument is that they didn't really warn about the true nature of Terra USD. There were other platforms that you could buy Terra USD on, like Robinhood, Gemini, and Kraken, and they had pretty decent language warning you that it was a volatile cryptocurrency, that it was algorithmic, that it wasn't backed by, dollar assets or anything like that. But apparently Coinbase, the wording of their warning was not specific to Terra USD. It just sort of was generically under their normal warning, which is, don't invest what you can't lose kind of stuff, service policy on their website, terms of service, that kind of stuff. And they, rather than disclose the nature of U.S. dollar as an uncollateralized, controlled by an algorithm and highly risky, Coinbase passed it off as just another stablecoin. So, I mean, they're kind of splitting hairs there, because I think any crypto that Coinbase lists falls under the umbrella of their terms of service and their policies about the risks of investing in cryptocurrency. The argument that they're trying to make here is that Coinbase has, U.S. dollar coin and Tether, and that when they listed U.S. Terra USD, they tried to pass it off as just another stable coin. I don't know that they really have a chance in court on proving this, but probably more than the Elon Musk thing, because they're comparing the warnings of these exchanges on Terra US dollar as opposed to the generic warning that Coinbase gave on Terra. And Coinbase had invested in Terraform Labs, right? So looks like a conflict of interest there. So they might get a settlement, right? But they probably won't win. But I mean, sometimes all they really want is a settlement, right? So sue people when you make bad decisions. It's the American way, right? Oh boy, Kitty. Kitty's going to hit he's behind the monitor now. He's probably going to hit the cord and hit the webcam. Giddy. All right. So here we go. Ooh, another person. Oh, yeah. Why? This is what I don't understand. Why would scammers want to jump into the live stream now when everybody's scared as hell of investing? I mean, why? I mean, I get it when you want to scam people when the markets are up, right? And everybody wants to throw their money at you. But why come into my live stream on a day like today trying to scam people? It's just weird. Oh, my God. All right. All right. So, well, the market's down, right? So let's see what we got on our agenda today. Let me scroll back up and see. Miners are capitulating. Usually that's near the bottom. I bought the BTC dip at 17.9 1 hour ago. That's cool. Hi, CryptoD. I wish to sincerely thank you for all the videos you've posted over the years. I genuinely say this, out of all the crypto channels, your channel is in the top 10. Well, thank you very much, John David. I appreciate that. Catamaran channel is here. BS lawsuit, it's just to get more people on his side. Good. What is my favorite hardware wallet? Well, I don't like to play favorites, right? Like if, you know, you've got 5 kids and, you know, and somebody asks you who's your favorite kid, you know, it's not really a good question to ask a dad, right? But I mean, as far as my go-to wallet, it's the Ledger Nano. And I prefer the Ledger Nano X. I've had several over the years. Well, we're going to talk a little bit about mirroring Ledger devices today, and I got a couple of Ledger Nano S's that are mirrored, so we'll play around with that in a bit. But yeah, I tend to go with the personally, I like the Ledger. I think it's versatile and easy to use, a good mixture of security and ease of use. People may not agree with me. Trezor is also good. Trezor is pretty versatile too. I think Ledger Live is better, manages crypto portfolios a little better, or crypto holdings, let's put it that way. Neither Ledger Live nor the Trezor suite are really good portfolio trackers, right? They're good wallets, right? They hold wallet, and Ledger Live supports more cryptos than the Trezor, but I still like Trezor. It's good. And then there's other wallets like Elipal and, other hardware-based wallets, the Ballet wallet, which is more like a paper wallet made of metal. But yeah, I mean, as far as hardware, I like the Ledger. God, there was something came to me. I don't know. We'll talk about it a little bit. Anyway, I lost it. Oh, well. That's what happens when you get old. God, these guys, man, they just want to... Scammers are hungry to have to throw their shit on the ceiling to see if it sticks when the markets are down. It's a good point. Yeah. Mr. David, I've never used ADA Lite. I'm going to talk about ADA Lite tonight because we're going to talk about ADA. But let's see. Let's go over here. What are we going to do? We're going to buy some crypto. Ledger Live supports ADA. So why don't we, first thing we'll do is we're going to go over here to an exchange, and we're going to buy some. I'm going to buy it on Binance US tonight because they seem to allow you to make a purchase and withdraw right away without holding your funds. But I don't know. Maybe we'll press that. Maybe we'll push them to the limit, and they'll tell me, no, you can't withdraw that. 319.902. Okay, I think that's the right one. Okay, so we're in. So what I want to do is I'm going to buy some ADA. Let's see, what are we going to do? We're going to buy some ADA, we're going to buy some DOT, and we'll buy some Bitcoin and some Ethereum. We'll do it all on Binance US. All right. So let's see. First of all, we'll buy some. Well, let's see. We could always do Kraken too. I'll do 2, right? But let's go ahead and buy the ADA here, right? We'll buy ADA. Cardano. Let's just buy 50 Cardano. right? It's not going to let me do that because I don't have enough dollar balance in the account, but I do have, I've got my bank account linked, right? So, and we'll preview purchase. Notice here, they're only charging me 25 cents on 50. That's not bad. That's better than Coinbase, right? So we'll confirm that. And then we'll buy some DOT too. We'll give that a minute. We'll buy the Bitcoin and the Ethereum over on Kraken. So let's go back here. We're going to buy some DOT, right? Some DOT. Let's see. We'll buy 50. No, let's see. Yeah, we'll buy $100 worth of DOT from our bank account. There we go. All right. So you saw me buy the crypto, right? So I have purchased the crypto and it's now in my account. Well, let's see. I had one fail the other day too when I was making a video, and it was like the money came into my dollar account. Yeah, it's exactly what happened, right? So we have the ADA, but for some reason the DOT purchase didn't go through. But the dollar for the money from my bank came in. All right, so let's try again. Let's go to DOT. Now that the money is in my bank account, my son just put the cat over here. Hey, did you put the cat there? That cat. All right. Kitty. What am I doing here? Should be more than that, right? All right, let's look at this again. Oh, it's telling me I only have this much US dollar. Okay, so let's go back again. I could have sworn it said I had $100 in there. Oh, now it says, okay. All right. Then it went through. Go figure. All right. So it went through. It didn't get stuck. The other day I tried to do it and it said purchase failed, right? But the money, the dollars were in my dollar account. So all I did was, like I was trying to do, just went and traded. But in this case, I didn't see that DOT failed. I just saw like this generic error message, and even though we saw $100 in there, as soon as I went to trade, it was suddenly gone, right? So the purchase went through. All right, so we have DOT and ADA, all right, and we can withdraw those from here to our own wallet. Before I do that, I'm going to go over to Binance. I'm sorry. Let's go to, well, yeah, let's do Kraken. Actually, no, I can't do Kraken. That's what kind of messes me up. I don't have that bank account attached at the moment, and I can't really, yeah, it's not going to work. That's too bad. Yeah, maybe I'll do that later. Let's just stick with these. Besides, Bitcoin's on the way up. All right, so we bought 2 cryptos. Well, I'll just do, like, if we were going to buy something on Coinbase Pro, and I can do this, I won't be able to withdraw it right away. Which I like to withdraw pretty much right away. But I'm not worried about my crypto hanging out on Coinbase Pro. It occasionally goes down, but it's going to be there again. Of course, I don't know with this lawsuit. You never know what's going to happen. All right. But with Coinbase, what we do is we would just take money from our bank and deposit it into the account first, right? It's the cheapest way to do it. US dollar, right? Let's take $200 from my Huntington bank. This is the bank that I didn't have hooked up to Kraken yet. Let's just put it in the bank. Let's just put it in here. All right, and then they're going to tell us, you're going to have to wait 7 days to withdraw. Okay, whatever. I can handle that. All right, so we'll hit done there. And we could go ahead and trade for Bitcoin right away. Right, there's Bitcoin US dollar. That Bitcoin is over 19 here. Let's buy 100 of Bitcoin. All right, and then let's buy 100 of ETH. And there we go. Now, I'm not going to be able to withdraw this, right? Because that's their policy, right? I've made my purchase. I've locked in that price, right? After, you know, it could go down, it could go up, but my purchases is made, and now I'm holding Bitcoin and Ethereum. I can't withdraw them to my own wallet yet. All right. But I can over here. So let's go over to Ledger Live. And I wanted to show you that now you can create a Cardano account, right? I've got some Cardano in my Ledger Nano S Plus, and I've got some Cardano in my Ledger Nano X, right? So oh, JDO's here also. That's great. Coinbase. All right, so I guess I just dropped a video yesterday, the day before, on this ADA step-by-step, the new Cardano. So this is the step-by-step on how you create a Cardano account in Ledger Live. It's actually kind of a no-brainer, right? Let's just delete this guy so you can see what happens, right? And then I'll just go over here to Manager. And it wants me to allow Ledger Manager. Let's turn this guy on. All right. Okay. There we go. So it wants me to allow Ledger Manager, so I hit both buttons. All right, I'm going to go over here to apps installed. I'm going to go down here to Cardano, and I'm going to delete it. They call it uninstalling. You can watch my device, and you can see that I just deleted the Cardano app. Now, did I just delete my Cardano wallet? Anybody? Did I just delete my Cardano wallet? Let me go back. I can't see this. Did anybody did I just delete my Cardano wallet on this ledger? Well, the answer is yes, I did. I just deleted my Cardano wallet. Why would I do that? Why in heaven's name would I delete my Cardano wallet off my device? Because the Ledger device is deterministic. It has a master private key, so that when I delete an app, yes, indeed, I have technically deleted the wallet off the device. When I reinstall the app on the device, because the device, see, I can install Cardano, because the device is deterministic, the first ADA wallet that it creates will be the exact same wallet with the exact same address that it created the first time I did this. So I am now recreating that exact same wallet by reinstalling the app. It's pretty amazing how that works, right? But if you were doing this for the first time, never, managed ADA on your on your Ledger device or in your Ledger Live, this is what you would do. You install the ADA app, right? And then you go back over to accounts, and you say, let me add an account. And let me choose ADA as my, or Cardano, either one. You can type Cardano or ADA. It'll both come up. Let's hit continue. Now it wants me to open the ADA app. I have it installed on the device. In fact, if I didn't have the ADA app installed when I did this, it would actually automatically install it for me. It does that now. It does this thing where it's called check app dependencies. All right. So it wants me to open the ADA app. I hit both buttons to open the ADA app. It's going to open that up. It's going to scan my device for any existing Cardano wallets. Well, it's going to find one, right? It's going to find the one that it recreated just now, right? The same wallet with the same address that it created the first time I installed the Cardano app, right? Notice also that it gives me the option of creating an empty Cardano wallet, right? With a different address, right? And I could do that if I wanted to, right? We'll hit that. So there you go. Now, also, it makes sense to, since I have some Cardano over here in my Ledger Nano S Plus, it would make sense to indicate on the account which device it's associated with. A lot of people ask me, can I manage multiple Ledger devices in one copy of Ledger Live? And the answer is yes. It's done on an account by account basis. Each account is created by attaching a specific device. So you can create multiple accounts. Just each time you hit add account, you have a different device attached. I'm going to rename this one Cardano Nano X, just so I know that it's based on my Ledger Nano X. That way, if I do this and I let it scan my Ledger Nano X, it's going to give me an error message because it's the wrong device, right? So you can manage multiple devices in Ledger Live. Just remember, you would need to have the right one attached when you access the account, right? So if I go over to this account and do the same thing, it's going to work, right? Because I have the right device attached, right? We can check this. It's going to show me that address. Hit both buttons. There's the path. There's the staking key path. And there's the address, right? The same address it shows me on my screen. Oops. All right. I have the right device attached. So if I were to disconnect this device and connect my Ledger Nano S Plus, then those other accounts would sync properly, right? So we can manage multiple accounts in Ledger Live. Now, one thing, and let me just confirm this, get that thing out of the way. One thing, unfortunately, Ledger Live will not do, which is what I have a lot of people ask me this, is manage multiple people's accounts. Now, if you and your wife are both holding crypto and you both have separate Ledger Nano devices, you can manage them in one copy of Ledger Live. Right? So if my wife had the Ledger Nano S Plus and I had the Ledger Nano X, then we could both view our accounts and balances in this copy of Ledger Live. Unfortunately, when I go to portfolio, it's going to show me the total value of all of the accounts put together, regardless of which device they're associated with. Right? We could even be sharing the same ledger and have different Bitcoin accounts. Like I could have two Bitcoin accounts, which I do, associated with this Ledger Nano X, like Bitcoin Main, Bitcoin One, and Bitcoin Affiliate, right? They could just as easily be Bitcoin Rex, Bitcoin Wife, right? We each have our own Bitcoin account. We each maintain our own Bitcoin. You know, when we go to buy Bitcoin, I put mine in mine and she puts hers in hers. Unfortunately, we can't do it in separate Ledger Lives on the same computer, right? That's what a lot of people ask me. Well, can my wife have her Ledger Live and I have my Ledger Live? Unfortunately, no. Right? Ledger Live does not have the what you might call a profile feature, which I think would be really cool. Right? I think maybe it's because crypto is a little valuable and personal. That would be a little tricky, but it would make sense for like a family where I log out of my Ledger Live, and then it's at the login screen. Like for instance, when you launch Ledger Live, it would be nice if it came up and had like multiple accounts available, like multiple profiles. You know, it like lists 3 family members, and you click, like Rex logs into his, mom logs into hers, my daughter logs into hers, and we each have our own separate accounts with our own passwords. Kind of like, Amazon Prime and Hulu video accounts, right? We each have our own profiles. Can't do that in Ledger Live. That would be cool. I don't see why it couldn't. So if there's, somebody had asked me about my roommate. He's like, I have Bitcoin, my roommate has Bitcoin, but we're sharing one computer. Well, unfortunately, you would have to do it this way where you can see each other's balances, which wouldn't be very private. But you could do it, right? You could just put the name on each account. And just be careful not to put Bitcoin in the other guy's account, right? But it would be much cooler if it was like, had profiles, but they don't. All right, but let's go ahead and throw some Cardano into this account. Pretty simple. We were doing the receive earlier. I'm just going to tell it I don't have my device so I can get this address, right? Let's go back over to Binance US. Let's go to the Cardano. Oh, I'm in the wallet, right? All right, let's go over here to ADA. Let's do a withdraw. We'll go ahead and withdraw it all. It's only $50 worth. I'll put in that address of my ledger-based wallet. Should do it. They're going to charge me 1 ADA for the withdrawal. So it was 25 cents for the purchase and 46 cents for the withdrawal. Not bad. Right? I'm going to have to put in my 2-factor. Here we go. Oops, what'd I do? Oh, yeah, it does not like weird amounts, right? That's too many decimals for it. If I can, yeah, it's a little finicky. So I'm just going to put in 103. Doesn't like all those decimal points. Well, let's try again, right? Paste that in there. All right, there we go. We'll confirm that with my authenticator. I'm going to have to let this cycle through. Here we go. 427192. Yeah. Actually, you could put like a few decimals, but like that had like 7 decimals. It doesn't like that. But a couple decimals is okay. Like if it's, like if it's Ethereum, right? You like 0.12 Ethereum or 0.05 Ethereum, that would work. But like 0.053174779, it doesn't like long decimals at the end of an amount of cryptocurrency. I guess it just can't divide it enough, right? All right, I need to get this email. Let's see. I think it's this one. Confirm my withdrawal. And all is well and good. All right. All right. And then if we go back over to Ledger Live, we can just kind of hang out for a bit and wait for that ADA to come in. While we're waiting, let's go ahead and go over to the DOT. Right. DOT is very similar. I'm going to verify it for you guys just so you can see how it works. Let me turn this camera on. I'm going to get out of the Cardano app. Oh, and by the way, while you're waiting for crypto to come in, receive crypto, you don't need to keep the device attached. A lot of people ask me that one too. Do I have to keep the device attached while I'm waiting for the crypto? No. Once you've generated the address and confirmed the address and made your withdrawal from the cryptocurrency exchange, let the blockchain handle the rest. You don't need the device attached, right? You don't even need to have your computer on, right? You can turn your computer off and go watch a movie, right? It's all happening on the blockchain anyway, right? The next time you turn on your computer and log into Ledger Live, you should see, you know, the transfer that came in. Right, I'm going to go ahead and go into the Dot app just so you can see. That's it, Polkadot. All right, and then we'll do a receive here. This confirms the address and confirms that I have the right device attached for this account. Right, it wants me to review. All right, there's that address, right? I can see it on my screen. Copy it into my clipboard. And then hit approve. All right, and now I can go back over to Coinbase, or not Coinbase, Binance US, and withdraw that DOT that we bought. That rhymed. Right, I'm done with Polkadot on the device, right? I confirmed the receiving address. It's in my clipboard. I can disconnect the device and make this withdrawal. Right? Let's do it. Let's hit withdrawal. We'll max it out there. It doesn't like that. I'm going to see if it'll let me. Okay, there. Right. It probably let me do this. Right? It just doesn't like 7 digits on the end. Let's paste in the address of my ledger. Let's see if it likes that. It's going to charge me 0.1 DOT. I think that's flat as well. Not horrible, right? And then here's our moment of truth. Okay, that worked out okay, I guess. Here's our confirm withdrawal again for the DOT. And we can go back over and see in the wallet the cryptos accounts that we withdrew from, and you can, like on the ADA, I can click right on there where it says ADA, because you see I left like $2 worth in there. Well, that's weird. I must have had some in there already. That's kind of weird. 103 unavailable. Okay. Anyway, I thought I had done a better job than that. Oh, I guess I had more in there than I thought. I thought it was 103. Anyway, I can look down here and see that it's pending, right? So in case you're like, did I do it right or did I not do it right? You can even check the address that you were sending it out to, go back over to Ledger and confirm it, make sure, you know, you got it right, you know, because sometimes you screw it up. Sometimes that happens. You accidentally cut and paste the wrong address because you're doing more than one thing and you get flustered. So you can always go back to your exchange and double check what you did and make sure that you did what you intended to do. All right, so we can go over to Ledger Live and then just kind of wait. Did I get it? I don't think so. It would be 6:18. It's going to be a few minutes. Let's go over to this guy here. Cardano Ledger Nano X. Oh, it looks like it's... Oh, what? Oh, okay. So it did come in. I was just like, wow, it's only worth that? Actually, yeah, I guess. Yeah. Oh, all right. Let's take a look here because I had someone asking me earlier and complaining that the balance wasn't showing up right. I did 103. Okay, and they charged me 1 ADA, so 102 came in. And I had like 63 or 62 in there before, if I recall, 62 point something. So that 102 added to that 62.4 to give me 164, right? I had 62.46 in there before. So I got it right. And my balance is correct. But the dollar value of 164, it doesn't look right to me. And this is good topic here. Okay, well, I guess that is right. Okay, I guess it is. Maureen over here. Yeah. Jeez. That cat freaked me out. Kitty. He knows I don't want him up here during the live stream, so he runs across the floor and jumps up on the table as fast as he can so that I don't have time to grab him and throw him off the table. Now he's up in the window. Okay. All right. So, but what I would like to discuss momentarily is, and the gentleman that I talked to, he may be in the live stream tonight. Can't you just swap your crypto for stable coins on something like MetaMask? How would the government ever know about that? And I think on Kepler, you can swap your assets for DAI. Right. The blockchains are transparent. So if they can figure out it's your wallet, then they can look at the whole history. It's on the blockchain. So it would be trivial, I think, for the government, if they put a target on your back, to figure out how much, your crypto trades, right? The government can know what goes on a transparent blockchain. Anybody can, right? The trick would be to match you to your Ethereum wallet address, which could also be done if they put a surveillance on your ISP. If they went to your ISP and said, give us all the records of Rex and all the stuff he's been doing, they could probably figure out what I'm doing crypto trading wise, whether I'm on using MetaMask or some other thing, right? True, it's not quite as easy as like subpoenaing the rec. Come on. Yeah. Come on, kitty. Get down. I love you too, but not right now. Yeah. So yeah. If you're trying to hide your trades from the government, then you should be on a VPN or on Monero or something like that. Oh my God, he just jumped back up on the table again. Jeez. Yeah. And even trying to do that is risky as well. Anyway, better just to, make your trades and pay your taxes. Anyway, I was getting off track there. Basically, what I wanted to talk about was the gentleman that emailed me earlier was telling me that his balance was wrong. Between a third-party wallet and his Ledger Live. So, in other words, he's saying, okay, I can see in Ledger Live that my balance is 164 ADA, and it's telling me it's worth 74.95. But if I go over to something else like ADA Lite, and I go into ADA Lite with the same hardware device, okay. I'm not in the Cardano app, right? It tells me, it doesn't really tell me. I just know that the problem is that I'm not in the Cardano app. So we need to make sure some of these third-party wallets, you have to make sure you're in the app before you try to access the wallet. Makes sense, right? It's like I shouldn't have to tell you. I shouldn't have to tell you. All right. Now it wants me to export my public keys, so I'll hit both buttons there. It's weird that Ledger Live doesn't ask me to do that, but they don't. But most third-party wallets will have you export public keys. I guess that's because Ledger, in the Ledger device inherently trusts Ledger live, so it doesn't have to like explicitly ask you to export the keys. It probably just does it for you automatically. All right, so there. Third-party wallet, same device, same app. I'm in the Cardano app. Same balance, 164, same price. Sort of close, 75. I'm not sure what's going on with the gentleman that I was dealing with earlier. The first thing I told him was, well, some wallets will give you, like here, it says the whole balance is 170, but there are some rewards which I have access to, but they're not showing up in the available balance at the moment. Right? And so I said, maybe you're looking at 170 and Ledger Live is only showing you the available balance or the base balance. He's like, no, the balances are off completely. And it's giving me the wrong price or something like that. So I'm playing around with it now. I'm not seeing that happen to me between ADA and ADA Lite. We can even go over to Eternal, which is also a Cardano-based wallet that I have attached to my ledger. See, all of a sudden, it just went from 68 to 170, right? But notice, it's showing me 170. It's showing me the balance plus pending rewards, all right? That's Eternal. But ADA Lite wasn't. But I guess maybe with ADA Lite, you could have possibly... I guess I'm on ADA Lite over in Brave for some reason, but I don't know in your settings if you could, like, maybe if you had a certain setting. Yeah, I don't know. The balances seem to be lining up for me between the third-party wallets, right? So for those of you who are curious, what the heck is he doing? I am just accessing the exact same wallet from 3 different interfaces, right? I've got Ledger Live, and I'm looking at this Cardano wallet, right? And then I can also go into ADA Lite and look at the exact same wallet on the exact same device, just in a different interface, right? There's really no difference between any of these. And then I can look at on Eternal too. I can witness or look at the same wallet, all right? So a lot of people, when I did my video on, okay, Ledger Live now supports ADA. They were all like, oh, should I move everything from my Yori wallet? Should I move everything from my ADA Lite wallet? No, you don't have to. They're the same wallet, right? There's no reason to move anything between the wallets. Granted, you're using the Ledger device to manage these wallets, right? If you created a standalone wallet in ADA Lite, you could have done that, right? If you go to ADA Lite, when you first sign in, they give you the option, like, well, what do you want to do? You want to create a brand new wallet with a seed phrase, or do you wish to access an existing wallet using a seed phrase or a private key or a mnemonic phrase? They gave you all those choices, right? So it's possible that you could use a key file. You may have created a standalone wallet that's the balance is showing up when you go in here. I don't know. I don't think it would do that. Right? You could have multiple devices, right? But it just seems like when you go into this and you're using the ledger, and I have to re-export those public keys again. If it's accessing the exact same wallet that you used in Ledger Live to create your Cardano wallet, the balances should match, right? There shouldn't be a mismatch of balances and total price. I'm not sure what's going on with this gentleman. It's hard, because I can't see what people are doing, right? And sometimes they don't want to tell me. I had a wonderful guy the other day, and he was kind of like, I did this, I did that. I just want to make sure that this token is what I think it is. And I said, it might be a clone token or whatever. And I said, why don't you just send me the address of your Ethereum wallet? And he was like, oh, I don't want to. I'm weird. I'm paranoid. I don't want to send you the address of my Ethereum wallet. I was kind of like, well, okay. You don't want to do it. I can't. There's not much I can do. because the public address of the wallet isn't going to give me any way of stealing the crypto. I told him that. He kind of chuckled, but he still wouldn't give me the address of his wallet. Okay, so like, for example, if someone is like, they're having a question about something they did in, like, say, MetaMask, or you know, they were trading in a wallet and they were kind of like, is this coin what I think it is, and whatever. All you gotta is send, I can look at the address of the wallet in Etherscan. Right? I can look at the address of the wallet, and in Etherscan, I can see the amount of ETH in the wallet, and I can see the tokens that are in the wallet, and I can see if they have any value, right? I can go down, like, there are certain tokens that have no value, and I could, like, if you're asking me questions about tokens you have in your wallet and you're not sure this and that, then I can look at them, right? And I can't steal them from you. I can just look at them, and I can check this token and check its contract address and make sure it's the right token and all this. I've helped people before. Like, he was like, I've had people that he goes, I don't know what happened to my tokens. They're not there. And so I went in to Etherscan, and I could see the token. Like, for example, let's say he purchased some NOIA token, and I could see it in his wallet. And I said, well, it's in there. It's in your wallet. You just need to import the token address into your MetaMask so that you'll be able to see the balance. And so I copied this token address and I gave it to him. And he pulled it into his MetaMask, and he's like, oh, thank you. Right? So when someone asks to see the public address of your wallet, they're trying to help. Okay. Anyway, but as I pointed out, sometimes the public address gives away information that maybe you would rather not other people know, like how much you've got in your wallet, that kind of thing. So, I mean, I can understand, right? I can't steal your crypto, but I can see it, right? And then maybe I can figure out a way to scam you because I see you have a bunch, right? And maybe send you a phishing email or, you know, whatever, right? It does give out maybe more information than most people want, but I can't answer questions blind. All right. Is he here? I don't know. Maybe he's here. Right. So we've looked at this whole ADA thing, and I can't recreate that error message. The error message that I forget his name. I mean, I can look his name up, but I'm not going to mention his name on the live stream. But he was sending me an email today, and he was like, the balances don't match between the wallets. So perhaps it's a standalone wallet. Perhaps it's the wrong device. I mean, there's so many things that possibly could be going wrong. But what I wanted to bring up was this whole issue of the pricing information that you get in Ledger Live. Ledger Live is a great wallet, right? Not a very great portfolio tracker. One of the problems that I have with it is that, oh, look, my dot's up 84. Well, that's 80. No, it doesn't have percentage anymore. I thought that it did before. Let's look at that again, Polygon. Oh, there, 40 down 46%. Let's look at the dot again. Okay, there. Up 104%. Wow, I didn't know dot was up 104%. Well, it's not. You know, what Ledger Live is indicating to me is that I have put more dot in the wallet. And I know I did, right? So I really don't need the portfolio tracker to tell me that my dot portfolio has gone up 104% based on the fact that I put more dot in there. That's not that helpful, right? So, and then the entire portfolio works like that, right? It takes all those pluses and minuses of coins that I put in and coins that I took out and the price action, right? So if it's a coin that I haven't touched in 3 years, like Tezos, Okay, I get it. It's down 26% over the last month. That's useful, right? Because I haven't touched that wallet in like 3 years. But the entire portfolio is based on a lot of ins and outs that I've done and price action. So it's not a very useful portfolio tracker. And it's not a perfect, it's not even perfect in getting you the current value of a particular wallet, right? We talked before about, and I don't think I have any Bitcoin in it. Let's just use this one as an example. All right, according to Ledger Live, the current price of Bitcoin is $19,094. Okay, let's see what the current price of Bitcoin is over on Crypto.com. 19,372. Not the same, right? Let's look at the price of Bitcoin over on CoinDesk, CoinTelegraph, 18,971. Let's look at it on CoinDesk, 19,053. Okay, sort of close. Not quite, right? You have to understand that the pricing information that you get from Ledger Live is not 100% accurate, right? It's just an estimate. What you really need to be paying attention to is this number. How much Bitcoin do I have, right? If I have 0.0016071 Bitcoin, I can go over to CoinGecko and check how much that's worth right now, right? Or I can look and see how much it's worth on my favorite exchange, like say Coinbase Pro, right? It'll tell me, well, what's the current price of Bitcoin? 19,020, right? That's important, right? But the price that you see in Ledger Live is just guidance. It's not accurate. It's not really designed to be 100% accurate. And people really get bent out of shape when they don't see what they think the right price is. So, but don't, because it's not that important, right? The important thing is that you have a hardware wallet and you have your crypto stored safely and securely in this wallet. Whatever current price it's giving you is really just an estimate, right? And this portfolio is almost meaningless, but it is a good indicator, right? At least the current value is an indicator. This stuff over here, not that helpful. But this thing, to a certain extent, is pretty helpful. Like I get some idea of how the total value of my crypto, and it's accurate within 100 or less, which is fine with me, right? But don't get all bent out of shape if you bought, $40 worth of Ethereum and you put it in your Ledger wallet and it tells you it's only worth 38, just like, I know. We're used to, accurate readings, like when you make a deposit in your bank with your paycheck. Your paycheck was $183.54. And then when you put it in the bank, you have exactly that in your bank. I understand, right? But crypto is not like that, right? There are multiple places where Bitcoin is being traded, and there are multiple prices in different parts of the world at any given day or time. So don't hold too much onto the price of your dollar value of your assets. Look at the amount of assets that you have. That's more important, right? Oh, I got 2.5 Bitcoin. I'm pretty happy. Right? Don't worry that the current price is like not exactly what you think it should be. ADA balance mystery. I got it. Ledger shows the actual balance without the rewards amount. Yeah, that's what I suggested to the gentleman that sent me an email earlier, and he denied that. He was like, no, it's not that. And I've refreshed and I've cleared my cache and I've, rebooted and done all this stuff, and it's still inaccurate. So I'm still not sure what his situation is. Oh, it was. Is it Dave? Are you here, Dave? Wait, let me just check. I think it was Dave. It was Dave. Dave. Oh no, that's somebody else. Oh no, wait. Oh, it is Dave. Okay, Dave. Updated Ledger Live software and my device updates as well. I've cleared cache, refreshed many times, but the Cardano is not there. And prices in my portfolio are wrong. It's showing 29... Well, I won't say it. My ADA is on ADA Lite, secured by Ledger. It says synchronized, but if it's displaying incorrect prices, how can it be synced? It's lying. I don't know, Dave. What do you think? You've uninstalled and refreshed many times today. So you're still getting that it's an inaccurate balance of Cardano, or just an inaccurate price of the Cardano you think you have? No, Dave is here. I see him up there. Dave Flowers. That's him. Oh my gosh. Yeah. So yeah, I was referring to you disparagingly. Hopefully not, but I was. I mean, you were the one I was referring to, Dave. So I hope that. I mean, I tried to recreate your issue, but it's not happening to me. I mean, can you agree that my balances are synced across the different wallets based on the Ledger Nano X that I have? Looks fine to me. So I'm hoping you can figure out why you have a discrepancy with yours, because it's not happening to me. I can't make it happen. I tried. Aside what all I said about worrying too much about the current price you see in Ledger Live. Anyway, let's see. So we can't withdraw that Bitcoin and Ethereum that I bought over on Coinbase. It's going to tell me that there's not enough in the account to cover it. But we'll hang on. Maybe next week we'll move it. Let's see. Oh, what happened? Oh, I get it. I know what I did. Let's go back here. We bought some DOT. We connect. Okay. So there are a lot of people that are a little hazy on how you connect a Ledger device to your MetaMask and all that entails, right? So first I'll point out that, as you can see in my Ledger Live, I have this Ethereum wallet called Ethereum Main. And then I have another wallet called Ethereum Hidden. I used to hide it. It's not hidden anymore. There's no reason to hide it anymore. There's hardly anything left in it. So I have Ethereum Main, which has a receiving address that ends in 2445, right? And then I have that Ethereum Hidden, which has an address that ends in 478 BD, right? Those are two Ethereum wallets that are showing up in Ledger Live, and they're both based on my Ledger Nano X, right? All right, so let's go over to my MetaMask, and let's launch. Let's launch it. All right, and before I get going, I am going to delete the Ledger accounts. So we can start from scratch. All right, so I had some people that were like trying to get their Ledger connected to MetaMask, and they were getting all kinds of weird error messages and whatnot. So let's try to get some of those error messages. The first thing I'll try to do is connect my Ledger without it being attached and see what kind of error message I get. Let's do connect hardware wallet. Let's say I have a Ledger. Let's hit continue. No compatible devices found. Well, I was hoping for something a little better than that. All right. Let's try again. Oh, wait, the ledger device was not connected. If you wish to connect your ledger, please click continue again and approve HID connection. Let's see. I think... Oh, geez. Ledger wants me to relink my bank account for some bizarre reason. I think I'm going to have to like re-log into my bank account to do this. Yeah, because it's like taking me to Played. But I can do that. It's like not that difficult. Yeah, because I have... a password manager. I'm doing this on my phone. You guys can't see what's going on here. I probably should have showed you. Okay, it's going to text me. Okay, that was fine. It worked. Okay. I did that one on my phone. It wanted me to relink my bank account, and it asked me to go into Played. Or it launched Played. And then I entered my banking credentials. A lot of people don't like that. A lot of people are like paranoid and they're going, hey, it's asking me for my banking password. Well, yeah, that's kind of the way Played works. It's a third-party connector, you know, for cryptocurrency exchanges and other kinds of finance. So, yes, it asks you for your banking credentials to verify that that's your bank account, right? But it doesn't save those. And apparently... the way it works is it's encrypted. They never see it, right? But they facilitate the connection. So anyway. But yeah, a lot of people are like, hey, it's asking me for my banking password. And indeed it is. All right, now we're going to try this again, only this time I'm going to connect it. See if... I got an email from someone that said, hey, look at this error message. Never seen this one before. And I was like, yeah, I haven't either. But of course, I'm not going to be able to find it. Oh, yeah, there it is. Okay, he got ledger device unknown error. Okay, I would like to get that one. I can't seem to get that one. All right, so it's connected now, but the pin's not entered. Let's see what happens when I do that. Let's start over. Let's go back. I have my device connected, but the pin's not entered. Now let's see what happens. Connect hardware. Ledger. Continue. Nano. Connect. Looking for your ledger. Saw the device, but it can't connect because I don't have the pin entered. So, well, I don't know. I don't know how long I'm going to sit here and wait for the error message. If I get an error message. But it might give me some unknown error message because the pin's not entered. All right, so I guess I'm not going to wait. All right, so now let's enter the pin. All right, I'm going to get out of this. All right. All right, so now I have the device attached. My PIN has entered, and now let's try to connect to MetaMask. Let's start from scratch. Ledger. Nano X, good stuff. Uh-oh, there it is. That's the message. Exact same error message that he sent me, 0x650F. You know what his problem was? He wasn't in the Ethereum app. Right? Not that difficult of an error, actually. So there are several stages of states that your ledger device can be in if you try to connect it to MetaMask that will cause problems. If you don't have it connected when you try to connect to MetaMask, you're going to get a problem, right? If you got it connected but the pin's not entered, you're going to have a problem. If you have it connected but you're not in the Ethereum app, you're going to have a problem. You have to have the device connected, the pin has to be entered, and you have to be in the Ethereum app for it to work. Right? So, mystery solved. Wow, how did I get this error message? Wasn't in the Ethereum app. All right, let's close this off. Let's go over to the Ethereum app. Click both buttons. We're in the Ethereum app. Let's go to MetaMask. Let's connect hardware wallet. Let's choose Ledger. Let's hit continue. Let's pair up. Boom. There you go. Now, notice, right? This is the first time I had deleted my previous accounts. Notice it's showing me more than one wallet, right? As you can see over in Ledger Live, I have more than one Ethereum account, right? I had two. There are, I think, I'm just going to go out on a limb here, but I think there are an infinite number of Ethereum wallets possible. There may be some limit, I don't know. But as far as I can see, it's pretty much unlimited, right? So I could go next, right? There's all these available Ethereum wallets, right? I could just go on all night, all right? I could create, access all these like possible wallets that can be created from my Ledger device. But what I'm interested in are the ones that I already have some Ethereum in. All right, these two, the top two. 78BD is Ethereum hidden, and 2445 is Ethereum main. I know this. All right, well, let's hit unlock, and it's going to create both of those accounts for me. 445 is Ethereum main. I can rename this if I want to make it easier for me to figure out which is which. There we go. And then we can look at the other one, which is Ethereum hidden, right? I just call it Ethereum H. Well, we'll call it hidden. Right? Just keep things consistent. And there we go. So we've successfully attached our Ledger device to our MetaMask, and now we have access to these Ethereum wallets and the tokens that are in there. Now, if there are tokens in there, let's go back over to Etherscan, that maybe you traded for over on like Uniswap or whatever. Let's see here. Let's see if I can find a weird one. Let's try Gods Unchained. All right, let's look over in MetaMask. Do they have it there? No. Okay. Is this the same one? Well, we'll soon find out. Let's go to go all the way to the bottom here. Import tokens. Choose custom token. Paste in Gods Unchained. Add custom token. Lo and behold, there it is. Right? Import. There it is. All right. I cannot do that in Ledger Live. I cannot go into Ledger Live and bring in a new token that it's not showing. Let me turn this guy off. All right, if we go back over to Ledger Live, what was that? Hidden? See, I'm getting confused now. Yeah, that's hidden. Let's go over to Ledger Live and go into hidden. And do they show Gods Unchained? I don't see it. Yeah. Do I see Gods? No. Right? So, Gods Unchained will not show up in Ledger Live. There's no way I can manually add it. I have to just wait for Ledger to support that token. But MetaMask allows me the flexibility of importing a token if I know its contract address, and there it is, right? I'm not sure where I bought Gods. I may have traded for it on Uniswap. I may have bought it on KuCoin. I'm not sure. It's been a while. But it wasn't showing up in my wallet. All I had to do was an import, right? So make sure, okay, and I want to also talk about the other chains, right? If you want to play around with Binance Smart Chain and you have your Ledger device connected, you still need to be in the Ethereum app. That's the last point I'll make here before I check comments, right? The Ethereum app on your Ledger is the only app you need for MetaMask. It doesn't matter what chain you're using. So if you're using Avalanche C chain with MetaMask, you'll be in the Ethereum app. Now I know there is an Avalanche app. I can find it here. Right? There's an Avalanche app, but you don't use the Avalanche app when you're using MetaMask. MetaMask only works with a ledger if you're in the Ethereum app, but it can manage multiple chains. Right? So that's, sometimes people get a little confused about that too. I was confused in the beginning. Right? It doesn't matter which, as long as it's, now Avalanche is more than just the C chain, right? But the Avalanche C chain is built on the EVM, or Ethereum Virtual Machine. So it sort of runs on the Ethereum network, or it's compatible with the address format of Ethereum, right? So we got Kronos, right? I can look at the Kronos blockchain on my Ledger device, but I have to be in, I have to be in the Ethereum app in order to do anything. Right, I can look at the balance all day long. Right, it's going to show me my balance. But if I were to try to move or trade or swap or add liquidity or withdraw liquidity or anything like that in, using MetaMask, it would have to have the device attached, and I would have to be in the Ethereum app. Right, the Ethereum app manages all of the chains that you can use in MetaMask, because MetaMask is an EVM-centric wallet, right? You can't put Bitcoin in a MetaMask wallet, right? It's only compatible with the Ethereum chain and all of the other EVM chains, like Moonbeam, right? Moon River, right? And this is the wrong one, right? I believe I have some of those in Ledger Main, if I'm not mistaken. Maybe not. I don't know where they are. They're somewhere. I'll find them someday. Polygon. A little bit of Matic in Polygon, right? That's on my Ledger, and I can look at that in Ledger Live. That's a different wallet. That's, let's see, I believe that's hidden. Yeah, it's main. Let's try hidden. Whoops. Yeah. See, that same balance is showing up in MetaMask on the Polygon mainnet, but I'm using the Ethereum app. But over in Ledger Live, I use the Polygon app to create the Polygon account, but it shows me the same balance. I know it's a little confusing. Let me get caught up in chat. I know Dan is here. He's probably answering questions left and right. Let's see. Aw, cheese. Dave Flowers, I'm not tracking, but it's always been correct, especially after synchronization. Staying at 29K all day just seems like a problem to me. My total BTC is fine. I'm not brand new. Okay. All right. Yeah, I didn't want to like, oh, you were talking about the current price of Bitcoin. Yeah. Yeah. Well, I agree. And, you know, like, as I was saying earlier, I don't put much stock in the current value that Ledger Live is showing me. It's not very accurate. But being stuck at one price all day, but being a weird day, right? Now it's 19,107. It is a weird day. I mean, like when the markets are just like tanking, sometimes the price is not accurate, right? Let's see. Dave and Rex, I had a similar problem. After a while, I realized I created a passphrase on my Trezor after I transferred the funds, deleted the passphrase, and everything was back. Okay, that's good news. Yeah, the passphrase, if you use a passphrase on a Ledger or a Trezor, you have to be careful because, you know, it's not going to show unless you've entered the passphrase. And if you forget the passphrase, you lose access to those coins. So I tend to stick with a non-passphrase wallet, although I do have a couple of passphrase-based wallets. But you have to be really careful with those because if you forget the passphrase, you're done. It's gone. Right? So you have to be pretty savvy. I've talked to a lot of people that set up wallets and they were like, oh, I wanted to be really secure, so I added the passphrase. But now I can't find it. I'm like, well, that's too bad. It's not for the casual dalliance, right? It's for a hardcore user, right? Okay, used Adalite, of course. Sometimes I feel like a tennis ball with this crypto stuff sort of hurts. Showing Bitcoin value, each Bitcoin 29K like a week ago prices. Huh. Okay. I'm not sure. Maybe you could, if your Ledger Live is not showing you the correct balances and you've tried everything, you could always uninstall Ledger Live. But if you want a clean install, you have to go into your file system. You have to go to your C disk and go over to your users, and then go to your the folder named after your user account, and go in. You have to show hidden files and folders, right? Hidden items has to be active, right? And then you can see app data, and in roaming is your Ledger Live folder, wherever it is, right here, right? So watch what happens when I, whoops. Let's move Ledger Live out over here onto the desktop. And let's launch Ledger Live again and see what happens. It's generic, right? It's like the first time I've ever launched Ledger Live, right? Ba-doo, all this stuff. Oh, okay, yeah, okay, whatever. Let's just say I already have a phrase. No. Okay, then it wants to check my device, which I can do if I want to. I have the device attached, so it's not asking me to check at the moment. Let's see what happens. Okay, boom. All right, so there it is, but I have no accounts, right? I would have to go through each cryptocurrency and add, right? Like I'd start with Bitcoin, I'd hit there, I'd open the Bitcoin app, I'd go through, I'd find all my Bitcoin accounts, and then I would re-add them to Ledger Live. and have to put put names in there for them because it won't remember the old names that I used, right? That's a clean install of Ledger Live, right? You could also install Ledger Live on a different machine and see if you still have the same problem, right? But if you delete that Ledger Live folder out of your app data folder, then you'll get a clean copy of Ledger Live. Actually, you could do the same thing in Ledger Live. I believe if you go here to Help and reset Ledger Live, it does the same thing. It just deletes that Preferences folder, right? Let's see. We can delete this guy, right? And then we can put this guy back. Right, and then we can launch Ledger Live again. And lo and behold, you get everything back. This is all the local data that is being stored in your preferences folder for Ledger Live, right? So if your Ledger Live is whacked beyond recognition and you've tried everything else, you could do that full reset. I don't know if Dave Flowers did that full reset or not, but I mean, I'm looking at the price of Bitcoin in my Ledger Live, and it's not the same that I see over on crypto.com, but it's 19,045. It's a little bit lower than when I checked it the last time. What I did, okay, Valco, what I did was create a new MetaMask account linked to Ledger and then transfer the balances from the unlinked MetaMask account to the new Ledger linked account. Hope this helps. Oh yeah, so if you were using MetaMask before and it was not connected to your Ledger device, like for example, you're using, let's go back to Ethereum. Let's just, for the sake of argument, go back up to this account. No, not that one. Let's try this one. There. There's $30 worth of Ethereum and $17 worth of Sushi Swap in this wallet, but it is not protected by my Ledger device. And so I cannot add Ledger device support to an existing wallet, but what I can do is transfer this Sushi into my Ledger-based wallet. So all I have to do is go over to the Ledger wallet. We'll start here. Let's do Ledger main. Let's grab this address, right? Copy it into our clipboard. We'll switch back over to this account, and we'll go here to the Sushi, and we'll do a send and to the address of my Ledger-based wallet. Let's max it out. Yeah. And do I have enough Ethereum in the wallet? Let's see. It's $18 worth of Ethereum, so it's, yeah, I had $30 worth, but we can do it. All right, well, let's hit confirm. And it's going to send it out. I didn't need to confirm on the Ledger because that was the non-Ledger based account, right? That would, what you might call a standalone account that you have in MetaMask, right? But you can transfer the assets that you have in the standalone over into the Ledger-based wallet. But you'll notice it cost me a pretty penny, right? It cost me $18 worth of Ethereum to transfer that $18 worth of Sushi over to the other wallet. Ouch, right? But I don't mind doing demos for you guys. Let's look over in Ledger main. And there's that Sushi. The 18.5 Sushi. Usually it was $17 worth of Sushi, right? Now that Sushi is protected by the Ledger device, right? Because this is the Ledger, Ledger-based account, right? I created this account by using the attach hardware, right? Now, there are certain wallets like that won't allow you to use a ledger-based account. Like when Sunday Swap first debuted on the ADA blockchain, you weren't able to use ledger-based accounts to swap in Sunday Swap. They just didn't have support for that interface. So I had to use a standalone wallet when I traded in Sunday Swap, right? You might run into that occasionally. But usually just about every Ethereum-based swap site like SushiSwap or Uniswap, they support ledger-based accounts, right? So if I wanted to trade this sushi over on SushiSwap, or let's do it on Uniswap. Let's do it that way. Let's do the big boy. All right, so I'm going to connect my wallet to MetaMask. And we're going to connect it to that Ledger main account. Hit connect. All right, sees my ETH balance. Let's choose that SushiSwap token. Let's swap it the other way because we're going to sell the sushi for Ethereum, right? So let's do the max. Now I have to allow SushiSwap because I've never traded it before. So if I do that, it's going to cost me 83 cents in gas. Okay, I can deal with that just for shits and giggles. But we're going to have to confirm on the device because this is a ledger-based account. So we have to be in the Ethereum app. I thought I was in the Ethereum app. All right, and then let's go ahead and confirm there. And now watch. It wants me to review that, right? I got to authorize that 83 cents. It's approving the sushi, and it's going to charge me a little bit of Ethereum, and all is well, right? Now, oh wait, it's not quite done yet. Give it a minute. Notice how I'm using the Ledger device to authorize transactions in Uniswap, right? Uniswap says, okay, authorize it in MetaMask. MetaMask says, okay, authorize it on the device because this account is connected to a device. So this is the safe and secure way to trade cryptos, you know, Ethereum-based swap, right? And you can do all this stuff, you know, with pools and all this other stuff. I don't know if this might not go through right away. It might take a few minutes for it to go through. Give it a minute. While that's going, let me read what you guys are talking about. Has Tar been calling the bottom of Bitcoin over and over again? Is it just me, Rex? Or are you sounding a little down in the dumps today? I don't know. Am I more crabbier than usual? Hey, you know what? If you're feeling down, you know what's a really good thing to do if you're feeling down? Is to watch that final scene of Dirty Dancing, right? Where Patrick Swayze and Jennifer Grey are dancing at the end. And she like jumps. She like they pull her off the stage and she does that swan dive where the lift. Oh, that'll really that'll cheer you up. Oh, and then I don't know if you guys noticed, no one said anything, or maybe I haven't looked at all the comments yet. But did you notice that I linked a Roy Orbison video for you guys crying? Yeah. Sometimes listening to someone else sing about how they're crying makes you feel a little better. I don't know if what that's all about. Must be a human thing. Okay, boom, there it goes. Okay, it just got confirmed. All right, so let's take a look at this thing now. We're still here. All right, so now I can swap this in SushiSwap, or I keep saying it's Sushi token, and I want to swap in Uniswap. All right. We have to be in the Ethereum app, right? We can hit swap, right? They're going to charge me $2.58. Have to confirm in Uniswap. Now I have to confirm in MetaMask. It's going to cost me $4 in ETH. Now I can, well, I had to have blind signing enabled, which I didn't, but I could also reject it even if I had blind signing, right? Let's go ahead and do it. Like, well, it says, okay, you got to have blind signing enabled. So I'll go over here to settings. I'll enable blind signing. Blind signing is enabled. Some people don't like this. They say it's dangerous. I get it. Yeah, because you're kind of bypassing the security of the device. I get that. Right? But let's try that swap again. Confirm in Uniswap. Confirm in MetaMask. And it asks me to review on my device. Blind signing is enabled. There's the ETH. There's the address. There's the fees. Accept and send. No, I don't want to. Reject. Right? So nothing can happen unless you authorize it on the device. And you have every right to reject it if you want to. And of course, if you don't have the device, you can't trade out of this account. Because only the holder of the device can trade out of the account. I could send stuff into that wallet all day long, right? The wallet can receive all day long. They can receive while I'm sleeping. People can send me ETH or sushi or whatever, right? The wallet doesn't care when stuff's coming in. It's when things are going out that the private key comes into play, right? You don't need the private key to receive. You just need the public key, the address of the wallet. So there it is. I wanted to go over some of the issues with connecting a ledger to your MetaMask wallet and how you manage it, and the fact that the Ethereum app is always the app that you use when you have other chains, when you're using other chains, right? Because I could be using the Polygon chain, right? And I would have to switch over to the Polygon wallet. But I could use Uniswap on the Polygon chain and do swaps and stuff, but I would still need to be in the Ethereum app on my device. Let's see, what else were we going to do? Connect a ledger to various third-party wallets, right? Well, so we worked a little bit with MetaMask, right? You saw me connect it to Ada Lite earlier, right? But I wanted to bring up something as far as this when I say Ledger Live Manager can conflict with third-party wallets, what I mean is if you're over in Ledger Manager and you're currently in Ledger Manager kind of takes over the device and forces you to sort of change modes, right? It didn't ask me. It looks fine on the outside, but if I go over and try to connect, let's do, like, let's do Ada Lite. What happens when I need to be in the Ada app when I'm doing this, right? And so when I go into Cardano, give it a minute and see if it does it or not. So in the old days, a couple months back, when you did this and you were in Manager and you went into an app, Ledger Manager would bomb you right back out of the app because you were in Ledger Manager. Now, Ledger Manager is a little smarter, and it will tell you Ledger Manager will bomb out and then tell you you need to get back in the app. And if you do that, then it's going to bomb you out of the Cardano app, right? So I guess the point the point I'm trying to make here is that someone said that they were doing something and they were in Ledger Live and then they went over to Ada Light, and I was like, it's probably better to get out of Ledger Live completely, just in case, right? Manager especially. Like, you could just get out of Manager and go to the accounts, and then your device is free to enter apps, and it won't bomb you out or do anything weird, right? But if if you're kind of a novice, you're better off just quit Ledger Live. Just get out of Ledger Live when you're using your Ledger device with other hardware, wallets or third-party hardware wallets that are connecting to your Ledger device, right? Because Ledger Live can cause connection issues, right? Especially back before Ledger Manager got smart. I was constantly I would like, what the heck? Why does it keep bombing me out? It's because I just happened to be in Ledger Live Manager and I didn't realize it, right? And when I'm trying to use a third-party wallet like Ada Light or whatever, it kept bombing me out of my Ada app, taking me back to the main screen. Did that with Polkadot a few times too. Oh, by the way, Polkadot, let's see if we got that Polkadot in Ledger Live. Let me turn this guy off here real quick. So, Dave Flowers, I could not recreate your issue with Ada Light and the Ada account. I apologize for that. I was hoping maybe I could make it happen and figure out what was causing it, but that's what you always hear from tech support people. They're always like, I cannot recreate that problem. Like, okay, they can't recreate it, they can't solve it, right? That's a problem. All right, so let's see. Let's go into Polkadot. I think we saw it come in, right? We bought like $100 worth of Polkadot, and it came into the wallet, so we're good. Right? And like I said earlier, we bought that Bitcoin and Ethereum, but I can't withdraw it. If I try, it's going to tell me that. I can't. It's going to like go, no, you can't. I will not let you. All right, so let's withdraw the Ethereum to our crypto address. All right, let's use the max. Is it going to let me do this? I doubt it. Yeah. The minimum withdrawal amount is 0.00 ETH. That's OBS Studio is acting weird again. I don't know what happened. Got to keep one dot in the account or Polkadot will remove it. Didn't know that. I knew that Polkadot was a little funky and that when you tried to stake Polkadot, like natively, there were issues with like trying to withdraw your dot sometimes from the staking pools, or if you had created several dot wallets, sometimes it was hard to withdraw like all of your dot, and there was always like a little bit left in there, and it was just kind of a problem. That's why I was fine with putting my dot over on Kraken, because it was much more trouble free. Before I go, I did want to talk about mirroring, right? So if because someone asked me, they go, my friends want to know, can I use a 24-word recovery phrase more than once on different devices? And I was like, oh, sure, yeah. I think it's like infinite. So the video that I did was Ledger Mirror. And it's a fairly recent video, so it's pretty up to date. Basically what I do in this video is I have a device, and then I get a second device, and I restore to the second device the 24-word phrase of the first device. So now I have two devices that are mirrors of each other. And I want to show you that in action here. So first of all, I'm going to, I have this Ledger Nano S Plus, right? I'm going to go ahead and connect it and get the pin entered. Ah, pooey. And I always do that on that very last one. I get I get the Jimmy fingers and I click OK before it's right on that last digit. Frustrating. Especially when you have an 8-digit pin. Okay, here we go. Last digit. There we go. All right, so let's see. I have an account here that's associated with my Ledger Nano S Plus. All right, so I'm going to go. The refresh rate on this is kind of weird. All right, so let's do a receive. It's telling me to open the Ethereum app. Now, any device will tell you to do that, even if it's the wrong device. But the trick is when you have the right device attached, you'll get this verify address. It'll show you the address, right? And then you can verify it, right? Click approve. All is good. This is the Ledger Nano S Plus. Now, this Ledger Nano S Plus was restored with the same recovery phrase of my previous Ledger Nano S. So, I still have that Ledger Nano S. So let's connect it. Now, I'm a little confused. I'm not sure which is which, but I'm going to try and see if I can do this. First try. I got a 50-50 chance of this being the right one. This is the older one, so I need a different cable. All right, it's just the other one. The other thing is disconnected. All right, I'm going to enter the PIN of this guy. I think this is it because it's the right... pooies. It appears to be the right firmware version. So that, but it could be wrong. All right, this is the old one, right? So let's do that receive again. Oh my God. All right, it's telling me to open the Ethereum app. And it says verify address. And it shows me the address on the device. The same address. And I can approve. Right? So we have two different devices. Right? I've got the Ledger Nano S Plus, and then I have the older Ledger Nano S. They are both using the same recovery phrase. Right? When I set up my Ledger Nano S, originally, the original one, they gave me that recovery phrase. When I set up the new Ledger Nano S Plus, I simply did a restore onto this device using the recovery phrase of this device. Now, both of these devices are mirrors, right? They contain the same wallets. As far as Ledger Live is concerned, it's the same device. You'll notice that Ledger Live didn't complain either time, right? It said, oh, okay, the right device is attached to the right account. Here's the address. It matches. Boom. Everything's copacetic, right? That's what happens when you mirror two devices. Now, I could buy 10 ledgers, and I could restore all 10 ledgers using that same recovery phrase, and all 10 or 12 wallets would all have the same wallets, the same Bitcoin, the same Ethereum, everything would be the same. And they could all be used interchangeably in Ledger Live, right? Because the recovery phrase is the key here, right? The recovery phrase is a human-readable representation of the private key of the wallet that you create. And you could do that restore onto different types of devices, right? The Ledger Nano X, the Ledger Nano S, the Ledger Nano S Plus, they're all compatible with 24-word recovery phrases. So, of course, with a Ledger Nano X, you have more room and more apps, but it's still the same. You can mirror devices, right? So I just wanted to point that out because, pardon me, someone had sent me an email about it earlier today about doing restores, right? Time to go to Meyer. I love Meyer. Were we at Meyer today? I think we were at Meyer yesterday. Meyer's good. Very nice, clean stores. Great service. Everything's good. Meyer. A little crowded sometimes, depending on when you go. I sent Ledger an email. Okay, Dave, that's good. My portfolio says 0 Cardano and the price of BTC is 29K after sync. Cleared my cache many times. The ADA not being there and Ledger Live showing 20. Have you tried doing the clean install, as I mentioned? Did you try doing a full reset of Ledger Live? In the help section? Dave? That might be what needs to be done if it's not showing you the balance correctly. Seems weird. Seems like computer issue, but I could be wrong. Yep. Things seem kind of whacked. I would definitely try. I know if it's working in Ada Lite, seems like the computer's fine. But sometimes, like, a computer issue might show up in a piece of software you've had on the computer for years or whatever. Things could get whacked out or whatever. Maybe try installing Ledger Live Clean on a different machine and then checking your ADA balance over there and seeing if that, if it's accurate on a different machine, right? I don't know. Like, most people don't have extra computers laying around, but, maybe a friend or a brother or, somebody has. Okay. Yeah, I'm not sure what's going on with OBS Studio. Again, it just suddenly goes to 0 kilobytes per second for no reason. It's really frustrating. Makes me look like an amateur. And I've been doing this for like 3 or 4 years now. OBS Studio has been working flawlessly for years. And then, like, all of a sudden now, I can't seem to get the right bit rate to keep it stable during my live streams. It's just, I don't understand. Anyway, sorry. Again, I'm sorry. Getting my first ledger on the 22nd. Thank you for all you do to help the newbies. No problem. Dave, the best. I hope things work out for you. Right. Ledger Live, Ledger will probably ask you if you'll do a clean install too. They always make you do everything before it's guilty until proven innocent. Yeah. You might even restore that ledger, restore to a different ledger and see if that, I don't know, it's weird though. I mean, you're seeing the balance, the ledger-based balance in one wallet and not on Ledger Live. That seems odd. Anyway. Sorry I couldn't give you a resolution to that tonight. So thanks for joining me, everybody. I'm really glad to have so many people here in a down market, right? It just goes to show we're not really about like price action here on this channel. We're more about how to use wallets and how to resolve tech issues. I've been doing this for several years now, and I'm not a fanboy. Maybe I could have gotten a lot richer had I been, but I'm just a tech guy talking about crypto. So thank you for your support. I appreciate it. All right, I'm going to jump out here. Don't forget, we do this every Saturday, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Please join me again for the live stream from Michigan, where you can throw out questions, and I'll do my best to get them answered. Hope to see you there. And if I did not answer your question and you have a burning question, please send me an email at thecryptodad@gmail.com. My email is in the description down below, and just cut and paste it into your email. Please send me an email if I didn't get to your question. I really feel bad the next day when I notice that someone asked a question that I missed. So please shoot me an email if you have a question I didn't answer. If you like this video, give me a thumbs up. If you'd like to subscribe to my channel, I would appreciate it. When you subscribe, there's a little bell that you can click that will allow you to be alerted whenever I